being able to release in front of people.
Yeah. When I saw you on screen as Vuvu, I had an out-of-body experience.
Because I honestly don't want to play her at first. First day on set, she's holding a knife.
Oh.
I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. You know what? I'm just going to be crazy. Once I clocked her, yeah, chummy. We were cruising nicely. Buang. Buang. Highway.
I was so intimidated by Buang, but yes, go on.
From the time action. How did that come about? That's my favorite role of you, by the way.
This is one role when I watch it now, I can't recognize myself. The first 2 episodes when they dropped,
just got goosies.
Yeah, I was bawling, like tears, and I was like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. I just feel like we have so many stories to tell.
We do.
And we're not telling them. Mm-hmm. You know, Usheba Nollywood, Usheba Bollywood, and I can tell it's Nollywood, I can tell it's Bollywood, because they're also just operating in their niche.
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you.
You must say welcome too.
Welcome, yes, of course.
Welcome to each other.
Welcome to Mamodibe and Mamarumo.
Yes.
I love the ring to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's so good to see you.
Lovely to see
I don't think we've shared a mic and camera and lights since MTV Sugar, which was 6 years ago now.
Yeah, no.
And that was the first time we met.
And we didn't work together then, eh?
No. We did, but thereafter we haven't.
No, like sharing a scene.
No, we didn't. That was the first time we met. And I don't know if you know, but I actually auditioned for Dineo on Sugar.
No.
Yes, I did.
Were you at the open calls or was it private?
Oh, the open calls, the ones that took the entire day.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Randburg, remember? The ones.
Soweto?
No. Oh, no. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Because they were the open calls.
Yes.
For and then they would follow those actors' journey into the show. No, not those ones. The private ones, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, no. I think I auditioned at the same place. No matter how long ago is that?
2018,
2019.
2019. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I auditioned for Dineo. Mm-hmm. And because she was 21, playing age. And then I received the callbacks for Arabe. Yes. And I was so disappointed. I was like, what do you mean I'm playing a 14-year-old? I'm an entire grown-ass woman.
Look at you.
Look at me.
Yeah.
When I walked into the callback, they asked me to come in my school uniform, which thankfully at the time I still had my school uniform from high school.
Yeah.
When I walked into the callbacks, was like, how dare you audition for a 21-year-old when you don't look a day over 50?
Yeah, no, you don't.
That time, right?
No, even now, what do you mean?
Thank you.
You can still put on school uniform and I'll believe it. No, and
just
I mean
to change
it.
my hair. I don't know. Maybe matric. Maybe first year varsity. I don't know.
No, I think you guys drink different water.
I should say the same for you.
You guys look for
Dineo Rasidile has stopped growing.
Yeah, no.
Shout out also to Dineo Rasidile because she's just stopped growing. Like after 25, she just remained the same. So I auditioned for Dineo on Sugar, and then I got Arabeng because I read much younger than what I thought, which was psychologically was a bit crippling because I didn't understand the economics of it. That if you're reading young, it's a good thing because it means you get, I guess, for lack of a better phrase, like a football player, you get more time on the pitch, right? Because if I'm reading 10 years young, I'm 24, but I'm playing 14. Technically, at 30, I'll read 20, whatever the math is. So.
Yeah.
Also, when I saw your name, I didn't know you at the time, but we sort of led with this before the cameras came on. I struggled with my name growing up.
Mamodibe.
Mamodibe.
So what name did you use? Is it an English one?
There is an embarrassing story. It's the only one I'm going to tell for the rest of the story. Only because I think my parents were not patient enough to walk me through how profound and unique and special the name is. And so as a 9-year-old on the playground, I was like, Mamodibe, everyone else ke Mpho, ke Lesedi, ke Karabo, and Mamodibe. Also, all the kids used to forget my name. Like, every day I'm reintroducing myself. And that was exhausting. And I don't know why it is, but as a child, there's this sense of belonging. You desire to belong, you desire sameness, right? And one time, I won't forget this incident. We went on a family trip, and there was a little girl I met with another family. I think we're at a lodge. And I think I introduced myself as Lesego, which was my, beautiful name. It is a beautiful name. It's my younger brother's middle name. And because I remember quite vividly, this girl, she couldn't wrap her head around saying my name. Yeah. And I was so frustrated because I go through this all the time. So I'm like, and we spent the entire vacation. Kanti this child, like any other child does, I'm going to see Lesego the entire time. Yeah. So when the vacation ends, our parents sort of meet, and the mother speaks about the Lesego that the child now has met. And my mother was so confused. She's like, I can hear you speaking about someone I should be knowing, but that's not her name. And I just remember her being so disappointed. But retrospectively, I just got a scolding. I still didn't get that. This is why we've given you this name, and this is what it means. There's no other Mamodibe or Mamodibe Ramodibe that I've ever met that's not outside of my family. So it is somehow of a family name. The other Mamodibe was about a couple of years older, distant relative, and the other one is a couple of years younger. So until high school, I had a deputy principal who was obsessed with language. Yeah. And she insisted on calling me Mamodibe Ramodibe. Yes. White woman. Yeah. And one time I think I was getting an award for like a one-act play or something. And she would insist, even on the intercom, Mamodibe Ramodibe. Yeah. And that sense of pride started to grow in me, I guess. And I thought, hey, there is no one else with this name. And it's unique. It got me into trouble because I was the only one with that name. So I couldn't hide behind, no, ki Lesego mang mang or ki Lesedi M. You know how with most of the times that Black people, your surname ends with an M. So it's ki Thabo M or Thabo B. It's me. And I think there was some foreshadowing because now even in this artistic industry, it holds such a poetic and a unique space. It does. And I had to grow to love it. I had to grow to embrace it. It has Sesotho roots, because Nake Motswana, which also just speaks to my, I guess, complexity as well. Thank you. Thank you.
Outlaws.
Thank you. I feel vindicated. I'm going to get my citizenship.
I thought you so too. Look, I was so sorry to interrupt you, but I've been watching South African shows these past couple of weeks. And I started Outlaws, and when I found out that I'm doing this with you, I had to jump and what? Mamodibe.
I just want to say, South Africa, I feel vindicated. At least there is a language that I perform convincingly.
You went. And then I get to remind you.
I guess my name in some ways also there's that complexity that and I grew up speaking many different languages. So to be able to be applauded for one is great because I hear and I can basically speak a few, but there is no one that I can speak like fluently, which is a blessing and a curse about growing up and being multilingual. So when I saw your name, I was like, another mama in the industry, and she's young and she's beautiful, and you don't realize how much representation means with things like this. How did you feel about your name?
I didn't like it. I was just like, it's a baby name. I don't like it. So I used my English one. And I don't know what happened, but I just woke up literally one day and I was like, no, I need to start using this name.
Johanna. Josephine.
Why did you say it?
Doesn't everybody know?
No, it's one of the two. But Harida.
There's more than one. At least you had options.
No, you said it, but let's see you said it. So then how dira jwang go Outlaws with a different language? Because you're performing it so well.
Thank you so much. I didn't feel as qualified, and I still don't, because I myself am a linguist enthusiast. I respect. I think when you take the time to learn a language, you take the time to learn a people. So thankfully, the production organized, in her own capacity, a dialect coach, which is Mamodibe. She plays Buang's mother on the show.
Oh.
And she was assisting me with not just translating, but, pronunciation and tonality and this and this and that. I do have bad habits because Sesotho sa Gauteng has its Lesotho. So that just needed some tweaking. And honestly, to hear so many people have been saying Sesotho sa Monate, and it fills me with pride. It's not my home language. My grandfather's turning in his grave, but I'm just proud that at least one thing I'm getting right.
No matter one, guys. Spedi, Sotho, Spedi.
Yes.
I mean, Setswana.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's southern Sotho, northern Sotho. It depends.
And apparently they originate from Botswana, the other two.
Really?
Sesotho to Spedi. But
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm excited, man. That show really got me so excited. Because for me, I feel like, look, I love our shows. I love the work we're doing in South Africa. And wait, before I even say this, I want to ask, is one of your dreams going to Hollywood? Before go off and down.
I think the dream is to have a global presence.
Yeah.
But I would not necessarily say Hollywood specifically. I don't know, maybe it's the theatre baby in me, but I'm obsessed with content that comes out of the UK. I mean, I binge on English-based, like the writing from the UK is amazing.
Yeah.
And I guess it's also tied to the theatre person and the language person that I am. But I don't know if you've ever watched Crown on Netflix. It follows the royal family from, how things started when Queen Elizabeth was still, before she was even queen.
I see it.
I mean,
I see it.
Every single scene, every single dialogue. I think it's my obsession with the language, but there's something about English, the UK-based actors, that is so clinical and so pure in the way that it exists. Hollywood we can also celebrate it for its sort of like glamour and, how they approach their stuff. It's very big. Like, if you think about box office stuff, the blockbuster. It's very big. It's very like OTT. It's very definitely in its own way the American nature. But I'm a diehard artist. I enjoy the simple things about storytelling. Just tell the story, So global presence. And if the doors open for Hollywood, yes. But I
have a thing.
Do you have a thing for Hollywood?
No, and not in a bad way. I mean, if it came,
yes.
Hey. I have a thing for, and this is why I appreciate Outlaws so much. This is why I appreciate Shaka Ilembe. This is why I appreciate Queen Muchachi. I just feel like we have so many stories to tell.
We do.
And we're not telling them. Usheba Nollywood, Usheba Bollywood, and I can tell it's Nollywood. I can tell it's Bollywood because they're also just operating in their niche.
Yes.
I watch a lot of Korean stuff,
hey.
and I think I enjoy it because they're just being who they are. And I just wish we could tap into ours and give the world that, So
I have a similar sort of sentiment to that about being a purist in your own strength. And I always try to think about it musically. If I think about artists that have come out of this country who have global presence, the late Mamodibe Ramodibe, the group, Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
Yes.
More recently, maybe your
Bongiziwe. Yeah.
There are proudly South African. The Jerusalem song that went popular in 2020.
Yes.
There is something about, quote unquote, products that have are exportable that just remain true to self.
Yeah.
And you are correct in citing your outlaws, your Queen Mujajis, your Shaka Ilembes, because nothing like that exists outside of these borders. And those are the stories we need to tell. Because the reason why Korean stuff have become so popular, they're not trying to be anybody else.
No.
They're not. And that's what we need to do.
Yeah, please.
And be committed to.
Producers, if you're Marokka, blockage.
What kind?
No, like when you speak to other artists in other departments, they want to tell these stories. Marokka blog. I don't understand it personally, but I think we do want to tell those stories. Which we need to find a way to deal with it.
Can I tell you what I think?
Yeah.
I won't mention any names.
Yeah.
But I suspect the introduction of streaming platforms is sort of influencing how we tell our stories.
Why is that influencing my Korean?
Well, we first have to look at the way the Korean industry works. How much of an outside influence does that nation allow? Because I believe some nations are very strict with the things that come out of, their country. And I think someone, Ntatesilo, I don't want to butcher his surname, but I was working with him recently on Bellas, and we had an interview elsewhere. And he was speaking about the conversation locally concerning the Zulu-speaking people and that culture group, and how there is a disciplined and strict group of people who say, you will not butcher our culture on screen. You will not misuse our language.
Yeah.
And if that sort of posture existed in our country entirely, it would be a different story. So I suspect, I'm not too knowledgeable about the industry in Korea, but just thinking about that film, the one film that I saw, which was Parasite. Remember Parasite? About... Isn't it a Korean film? I think it's a Korean film. It was about a family who were affluent, and they had this woman who working for them. But in the basement, she kept her family there. I think she kept her family there or someone there, and then basically showing the contrast between wealthy people and those who are below the poverty line. And there was something thematically that they kept using in the film about the scent of poor people. Such a powerful film. But basically, I say all of this to say, I think there is a layered conversation if we start speaking about influence and power and stakeholders and whatnot. But I think as a country, we can afford to be more precious about our cultures, our language, and how those things get displayed. It's just, I think, perhaps people benefit from a little taintedness or a shiftingness.
I wonder how.
I mean, if there's a huge offer on the table and you have a script, and I say... I think it's because no one takes the Southern Sotho people seriously.
No,
yeah, we need to be more precious about it.
And there's nothing beautiful like acting in your mother tongue.
Right?
Man.
It's so expressive.
It is.
And it's so, there's a gravitas to it. Like it's liberating as well.
Yeah, it is.
Because there are ways I know I can express myself that I speak more English than what I should. Don't judge me. We're taken to multiracial schools. Even both of us in pursuing this industry, we went to study, and we studied in English. So, how was it performing in your mother tongue?
I enjoyed so much.
Queen Mujaji and Queen Mujaji and Skimsam.
Queen Mujaji.
Not
I
Queen
know
Mujaji.
I look like my best friend.
No, not Queen Mujaji. No. Hang on. There was a there was a role
in your clothes.
Yes. Yes.
It's been decided, but it was not that long for me to really get into it. I think I got into it with Vuvu on Scandal.
I love Vuvu.
Yeah, and our head writer is obsessed with language and story.
Yes,
Oh, you should see her when she speaks about it. Ma'am Grace Mhlava. Oh, my word. She is so obsessed, and she's made me fall in love with it. So performing in that language has been... it has been so liberating. But just also diving into this character and letting her take me. She literally says things that shock me as well. Like... Kaspedi.
Oh, wow.
It's such a weird thing.
Oh, wow.
And, Bona, guys go to school, ne? Mara, Spedi skolong. Spedi. But she, for some reason, she can speak it in such a beautiful way, and she plays with it. So it's been so liberating for me. I really enjoy her. I do.
I want to ask about Vuvu.
Yeah.
That when I saw you on screen as Vuvu, I had an out-of-body experience. Because I think Vuvu started as a featured cast.
Yes.
And then quickly grew into the narrative. The first few times I saw it, I'm like, firstly, yes, only you are capable. And I'm not just saying this because I want brownie points. Only you are capable. Only because I've seen that free-spirited side in you. And a character like Vuvu requires you to have a little bit of edge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There was something so inspiring about seeing you go there. And I mean, every scene. The first time Vuvu Atla, people were like, Vuvu Atla. I'm like, Vuvu Atla. She's well within her rights. She's got a baby daddy who's not supporting the kids. Yeah. Right? But there's and you see, we use that kind of language like, Vuvu Hafa. No. Vuvu is a woman who is saying, I will make your life uncomfortable because as a father, you're not seeing that you're needed here. And so it reads as crazy on screen. But the moment we call Vuvu crazy, we diminish the role she's actually trying to put into the story. And I love that you leaned into the sanity of it, but you didn't make her a crazy woman. She spoke sense.
Oh, it took a while.
She spoke a lot of sense.
It took a while for me.
Wasn't there a scene where you
Yes.
Or you just barged into the apartment. You're like, I'm not going anywhere because clearly you don't want to be your father.
And look, I love what you're saying right now. And it's weird. A couple of people have said that to me. Even Mom Grace. So I was like, no, I saw her in you because I honestly don't want to play her at first. My agent at the time called me and she's like, there's this character, she's wild, she's a baby mama, and I was like, I've never played anything like that. I don't know. She's like, no, it's just 4 calls, you never know, know. And I was like, okay, fine. I went. First day on set, she's holding a knife.
Oh, love it.
I'm like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. And I'm just going to be crazy. I got on set. I'm like, yeah. So I think on the 4th call, no, on when they called me again after the 4th call, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm never doing that again. And then they called me again. I was like, no, there's no way. I need help. I went to my acting coach and I was like, this girl, I'm not feeling her. There's nothing I'm connecting with and all of that. And she's like, breathe. This is who she is. This is 1, 2, 3, her whole bio and all of that. And she encouraged me not to come from a place of judgment. Because I was judging her. And I'm sorry. I was judging her. And we did this exercise where I had to feel her in my body. Feel her ukokai. I love acting. It's so magical. I had to feel her in my body. And I felt her here.
Ooh.
Because she speaks her mind. So there was a beautiful flow here. Something was happening. And there was something about her also being here, because there's this lifestyle that she lives, that she, she's fighting for. So at the time, she was not really here, and most of the roles that I used to play, they were from, I'd play them from here.
Yeah.
So once I clocked her, yeah, chummy. We were cruising nicely. We were cruising nicely.
Yeah.
I enjoyed her so much. And I remember Mom Grace saying to me, you were here. I can't play this role, but I saw the fire in you. And man, she's given me a voice as well. I never used to be so talkative before.
Yes, I agree.
But yeah. But after her, it's crazy also what these roles can do for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I truly love. Sorry, I will move, but I truly love that character.
Yeah.
And I think I'm glad we're here because I get to tell you in person.
Thank you.
That I think she's done a lot for all of us.
Yeah.
She's done a lot for you, I can tell.
Yeah.
And there is something so important about telling those stories about those kinds of women that society likes to discard and give value to her. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Vuvu has transformed now. She stands on her own. She's, which is very important because oftentimes broken women on screen end up broken. They don't get redeemed. Or if they do get redeemed, a man must come and save her.
Yeah.
So, well done. Also, well done for being a mom on screen. And how did you do that?
I don't know. Maybe it's the Mamarumo in me.
It's the... I think you've given me a sign.
Yeah, no. I think acting as a whole, or rather just doing what you're called to do. Not necessarily acting, but doing what you're called to do and it being aligned with you is very important. And I'd advise that for anyone. And I'm saying that because if it wasn't for Mom Grace seeing that in me, the role, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. But she's also doing what she's called to do. So it's when you're aligned, you're...
When did you know you were called to be an artist?
Interesting story. I don't know what I wanted to do with my life.
Oh, wow.
Whenever I was asked what I wanted to do, I was like, no, I want to be a doctor. But then I'd say a dentist because I don't have to study too much. So I would always say a doctor. And then grade 9 came, we had to choose subjects. I'm like, yo. Tommy, I chose physics.
Oh.
I chose life science.
Oh.
I chose business. I chose pure maths.
Wow.
Because I used to have, I still do, have very intelligent friends. So, come grade 10, yes, luck. I'm like, no.
Physics, yeah.
This is not for me. So then I started doing different things,
Yes.
sports and all of that, just to try find what I wanted to do. And there was this thing called house plays. I auditioned. They said this characters went through sexual assault, rape, all of that. And I don't know, something in me just wanted to do it. I auditioned. I remember it was in a classroom, and I just released so much. Like, I was in acting. And everybody was so impressed. And I was just like, okay. And then we rehearsed on the 20th of March. I remember this day. It was on a Friday. I will never forget it. That's when the show was playing. And I won Best Actress. And it just felt like home.
Yeah.
I was like, this is what I want to do. I mean, I can leave school now. Don't do it. I wish I studied because then I'd have more options. But that's when I felt like I was home.
You were flowing.
And then I was like, no, this is what I'm pursuing. Then came after matric, went to college. It was for 2 years.
Yes.
The second year I was hardly ever there.
Because you were booked and busy.
Charlie. No, and because I watch interviews of other actors and stuff, and they're like, yo, it's so difficult to get in the industry and 1, 2, 3. So I gave myself 5 years.
Okay.
No, I'm probably gonna get something, even if it's background. At least if I'm in. Went to my first audition, got it. Went to my second audition, got it.
Come on.
Went to my third audition, got it.
Come on.
I was like, I'm exactly where I need to be.
Sure.
And from there, I just started investing in that, and I was like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. So that's how my journey began. But also, when I think back, I used to do plays, go crèche. So I was like, oh, this is something that has always been in me.
Yes.
So yeah, I want to know where yours started.
So how or when did I know I was called to be an artist? My grandmother has these memories of me as a child. Like, one of them is, I think when I was 3 or 2, she said every time Nelson Mandela would come on screen, I'd like get up the table and the chairs and like start imitating him. I don't remember that one, but I remember the Tati's Kupu one because that used to be my favorite song.
Yeah.
Apparently, I used to love that song. Tati's Kupu.
No, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe. And then she would enter me into pageants.
Yeah.
And at church as well, we did like some little end of the year play things. At the time, I didn't know. But I can see now how I've always been artistically inclined. My cousins also have stories of me like imitating family members and putting on caricatures and like putting on a show. And then also when I got to high school, I also did house plays. I think that's where the
Did you do
talent-
Eisteddford?
Yes, get Eisteddford, ne? That's the word. Get
Yes,
the region one.
Yeah.
Yes. I did those. But I was also interested in things like debating and public speaking. I think the child acting thing came at around 9, 10 when I was aware of it. But I didn't know that I could do it. I just knew that I liked it. My mother also had this tradition of market theatre on a Sunday. And at the time, market theatre also had workshops on the Saturdays for kids, and I would go to them. So I guess in some ways, the nurture and the nature worked together to like plant the seed. But also because I went to a traditional high school, I remember in grade 7-ish, we had like a career day, and my options were either a journalist or a diplomat. Acting was like way below there. And I suspect now it was because the adults at the time were going, yeah, we can see like this thing. But, you know, these two ones, I suspect because it was at the bottom. So those are my 3 sort of either politics, journalism, or being an actress. The first time I felt like I'm in my flow, which is what you're speaking about earlier on, that the feeling of flow is, this feels like home. This feels like I can do this for the rest of my life. I was in house plays in grade 10. And in grade 10, you have the opportunity to be in junior house plays and senior. So junior is grade 8 and 9.
Okay.
And then senior is 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
And I got my first big role like in grade 10. And I played this big, bold, like, it was a caricature, like she was a black woman, but it was a comedic sort of like role.
Yeah.
And I remember I was stuffing in stuff. I remember stuffing in like T-shirts to give me this illusion of like a big breast and a big bum. Most character-like things, but it worked for the story. I just can't remember the play. And that's the year I won Best Comedic Actress.
Yeah.
I know.
What year was this?
In
What is
high
the same
school.
year?
20.
I think we were meant to be, eh?
2011. We were really meant to be. 2011-ish.
Okay, no, Umuhulu.
I'm just 1 year older than her, by the way, if you're going to Google the information. And that's when I started going, oh. And parallel to that, I was doing Your TV. Because...
You did present it.
I did.
What can't you do?
I can't sing and dance.
But I'm sure if you could learn it, you would. I go teba.
I'm currently singing in a theatre show. And I am faking it until I make it.
No, I'm coming to watch.
I can't dance, though. I really can't dance. I've got 2 good moves. I've got a shoulder move and lick it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I can do. And I'm very proud of that.
I can't wait to see.
Marateta.
Yeah.
No, Marawena, on the other hand. So that's when I sort of, and then when I had to pick my institution, my preferred institution of study in grade 11, I remember taking back my forms home. At the time, the application forms were like hard copies. And I just read dramatic arts at Rhodes, dramatic arts at UCT. Very confidently so. And I think in some ways, I felt like I had proved to my mother that I can do this. I mean, and at that time, you're a full-time student, you're doing your TV, you're going to High Stedfords. It's like, I think I've sort of proven that I can pursue this. But it was around that time as well, and I think in matric, where I felt like this is one thing I could also do for the rest of my life. Like, and this is one place where I feel most true self, where I feel like I'm serving society in such a profound way. Like,
this is my purpose.
Yes. Yeah. Like, yeah, I could have pursued politics, but being an artist and moving people and making them think critically about the world they live in, about who they are, and reflecting society back to them. There's something so liberating about being an artist. Yeah. We are heart surgeons, we are therapists, we are counselors, we're all of these things. So yeah, I think around 18, I was like, yeah, I want to do this thing. Yeah. I want to do this thing.
And here you are.
Yeah, here
Buang. Buang. Hi, wena.
I was so intimidated by Buang, but yes, go on.
You know, when I watched her, I don't see anybody playing that character as well.
Oh, wow.
I don't. And it's in every single scene. Oof. From the time unta intro action. I'm like, yo, you look so hot.
Thank
you look so powerful. Thank you. Your performance, your soto, it's so holistic. How did that come about? That's my favorite role of you, by the way.
Thank you.
That's my favorite. And
thank you.
And you are you're doing the Lord's work.
Thank you. This is one role, when I watch it now, I can't recognize myself. The first 2 episodes when they dropped,
just got goosies.
Yeah, I was bawling, like tears, and I was like, I don't know who that is. Yeah. When I got the brief, I thought, I love these are the kind of roles I'm leaning towards. Just because I think at some point in your career, you sort of assess where you fit in physically, artistically, performatively. You have to be realistic about those things, right? In the same way I was told I look 14, I had to be like, oh, I'm going to start here. I'm going to start in school uniform and then gradually. And so even as I'm growing older, I'm realizing that I don't have a particular aesthetic, right? I don't have the matriarch aesthetic. I don't have the side chick aesthetic, or whatever the case is.
And you are.
I really think so.
Because I have a black text,
and they're not so far apart in terms of time when I perform them. 2020, when I recorded, at least, 2023, 2025, 2024.
Yeah.
It's still around about the same woman, but I play 2 distinctly different people.
That is interesting.
When I got the brief, I thought, this is kind of leading towards the kind of roles I think I fit in. Physically present, but still have emotional depth. Able to jump, run around, and tapping into some masculine, like gun handling, horse riding, physically challenging stuff. I think I've observed that perhaps that's where I fit in now, at least for where my body and my appearance allows me. So I thought, on paper, I was like, yeah, I think I can try. But she was a very intimidating character in the way that she was presented.
No, she is.
She's a warrior. She handles a gun. She rides a horse.
No, and she's
a leader of a pack.
Yeah.
I went to the audition, and had assistance with translations. I wasn't happy with my audition. And I think I got about 2 takes. I went back home and I thought, Lord, if I can just get a call back so I can redeem myself. Give up on man. It was just a bad day at the office.
Yeah.
I received the call back. The callbacks were gruesome. from 8 until like 5, 6.
Yo.
And chemistry was also involved, and this and this and the other. By the time it was 1 o'clock, I was done. I was like, yeah, Lord, do what you need to do.
Yeah.
I'm at the end of myself. And I think something about the callback process that can be frustrating is, particularly when you moved around, you feel like you're entering the space the same. You're not offering something different. And I was in that place artistically. I was quite stifled. By the end of that day, I thought, may the best man win, because I've got nothing else to give. And then I received the call 2 weeks later. I was in denial.
But I think that's proof to say,
yes, I was like to my agent, I'm like, just make sure, I know what you said, but just make sure, go back and read what you received. Buang has freed me. She has challenged me.
Yeah.
She's made me believe that I could do hard things.
Yes.
I mean, first of all, horse riding is not easy, because we're dealing with an animal, right? I have to be acquainted with it. And because, Lena, I'm just 1.5, I'm not as tall as I look on screen. Horses are just like 3 times my height, and I have to convince this horse that, hey, I'm your leader, you know? And then the gun handling, I had never held the gun before. I'd never fired into anything.
Yeah.
So everything was on time, like happening as I was going through it. But what it definitely allowed me to do is I had to assume the posture of a student again, a student of the craft and a student of life. And I said, you know what? I'm going to walk in as a blank canvas.
Yes.
All I'm bringing here is a posture of learning.
Yes.
And I think that's why when I look at the work now, I'm like, it had to be that humility of saying, there are things I don't know.
Yes.
And when you are in a posture of learning, you allow yourself to learn.
Yes.
The first 2 weeks of learning Sesotho sa ko Lesotho were frustrating for me, because I'm like, I won't be able to do this.
Yeah.
But when the layers were added, the gun handling, the stunt scenes, I leaned into that. I also had to work with a performance coach.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there's more that can come out of me. I just
Yes.
don't know how to approach it.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of physical work that we did. And most of the work also came when I was on set, because we were filming in the wild. I mean, one of the sets, we were literally at a safari. So you would hear baboons. You would be like, at some points, some areas are locked off because, I don't know, wild animals are crossing or things like that. But that made me lean into, you know, the wilderness of it, being the wild warrior of it. I was in the sun 24/7. I was 2 shades darker 2 months in, sweating. And that waistcoat that looks sexy on screen was a nightmare. I ate half my lunch and then half later. But all of that discomfort, I used it. The big boots, the leather, the blanket. The first 2 days, I was always just drenched in sweat.
But also, aren't you just glad that you've been working out?
Yes.
So it's like your body, you were ready.
I was performance fit.
Yes.
I could run up and down those mountains in the big boots. I could, all of that was it. And I think it's also just a testament to, again, it being a calling. I think every character that you flow in comes at the right time, at the right place in your life. I really believe that. Buang is, she just was a side of me I didn't know existed.
So out of all your characters, is that your favorite? Who's your favorite?
Don't make me do
this.
I think it's head to head.
Yeah.
For 2 different reasons. I think Sihle from Black Tax has been the most vocal teenager I've seen on screen. Because teen characters are not often written to have that much depth. Thank God for youngins, right? And then with Buang, just for I think the range she was able to allow me to show on screen.
I wanted to ask about that. I've been dying to ask about that.
Ask away.
Yo, comedy.
Yes. Oof. You don't like it?
No, it's not that. I mean, you've called it. We're students.
Yes.
You know, and you never know what you're going to learn and all of that.
Mm.
So for me, comedy, hey, there's some people I just know I can't act with you. Like Mam Zotwa on Gomorrah.
Yes.
I'm gonna corpse.
Oh yeah, you do cops.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's very much welcomed on those sets.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because if we're not laughing as we're
Yeah.
filming the thing, then we
Yeah.
must be very concerned if we're calling it a comedic show and we're not
Okay.
finding the humorous,
Yeah.
right? I think I enjoy comedy because it's artistically challenging. It's a very technical genre. And I stumbled upon it as well. I think at some points in varsity, part of the course in one term, we had to do comedy as a genre and learning it and things like that. And at the time, I think Kieran Reid was my lecturer as a white man, and he just looked at me one time and he's like, you know what you're doing. I was like, really? My brother doesn't think I'm funny. He's like, no, but the thing is with comedy, you're not working towards being funny. You're just being very truthful in the moment that might read humorous. Truth, even as bizarre it is, can be very humorous.
Yeah.
Comedy is a timing thing. It's a technique thing. You just have to know when to say the thing you need to say. You need to land the joke, and it's not about like, I'm going to be funny.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Sure, it scares
And
me.
I have a philosophy. I have a philosophy, and like, look, I'm prepared for people to debunk my philosophy, but I think we can train to be good actors. But I don't know if you can train anyone to be a comedic actor. Think about the people in your life who are hilarious.
Yeah.
They don't even try.
Yeah.
I mean, I can think of a few who they just have natural comic timing. They say
Yes.
things at the
Yes.
most random. That's the thing. And they don't think they're funny.
They're funny, yeah.
And you are sitting there and your tummy is sore and like, Marotsegang,
Yeah.
so it kind of translates, I suppose, into the genre. So I was really excited when I got Sihle because I thought I recognized that teenage girl, but the fact that it's in a comedic environment, I was like, I get to exercise it.
Exercise that, yeah.
But you do corpse on set.
Sure.
I don't know if you've seen Bella's on
No,
Sunset
not
Magic.
yet. Not yet. I just saw your stories and I was like, I need to
I
check
had-
this out next. Yes. Look, I'm watching everything you're in. I love your work. I love your work.
That is an adult role. Neo from Bella's is an adult role. And that's also been exciting to be able to do comedy at that level. There's one time on set, and no matter how much we rehearse before we go on set, the line comes out afresh from the actor's mouth and the camera's on you.
Yeah.
And you just corpse. Like, I haven't heard it 6 other times in the green room. But that's what makes it fun.
Fun, yeah.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
Working with Ntate Sello, Ramalahlani,
Yeah.
Tepo, is it Mahlala, his surname? He was on Youngins as well.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. And Raining Tangini, I don't know if you know Raining Tangini.
No. Probably if I see. I do
Kayam
see them.
Tembu, who was, I forgot his name on Gomorrah, but he's also on the show.
Yeah.
And it's just, everyone is in sort of like their little box of,
Yeah.
who they are and thrives in there. But I'm obsessed with comedy.
Yeah.
I think close to your question about whether or not I'd want to go into Hollywood, if I can get an award for being a best comedic actress,
Yeah. Ooh.
I'd be like, yeah,
You've made it.
I've made it,
You're
Mama.
done.
I've made
You
it.
played your role in this acting thing. You're done. Ooh, yeah. No, I still have a long way to go with that one.
But I suppose you work to your strengths.
Oh, but life can also challenge you.
You know what? That's true. Something that that's what I was asking you earlier on about how you managed to carry the motherly maternal role as Vuvu, knowing that I know personally you don't have children, right? I don't know, and maybe you can walk me through this, but I don't know how to pick up a character and where there's things like whether the character's married or has a child. And I haven't walked through that journey. And I know, and I hasten to say this because someone else can be like, well, you will never be able to pick up a brief with characters and you have absolutely experienced everything in life. That's true. But I think I'm coming from a place of I don't want to dishonor or be disingenuous or overlook certain things, because I wouldn't want to pick up a role with a character as a mother and I don't know, I'm not acquainted with that role of being a mother. That's just I'm too shall I say afraid, and maybe it's because I'm too critical of that ego that says in me, I guess, I can do this, I'm an actor. I think maybe the ego will block me from being true to the journey. But I still have this reserved fear of like, I don't want to mess it up because I'm not acquainted with being a mother. I'm not acquainted with being a wife. So I don't want to do it.
No, I think the same way you're speaking.
This is me being vulnerable.
Yes, and I appreciate that. You feel safe enough. Look, the same way you're playing a Sotho character, a warrior, all these characters that I think you've done it already. It's just the mind and, as you've said, probably the ego. But I think for me, it's I don't know how it is to be a mother, but allowing the character to take me and learn, being a constant student, and just trusting that. Like, how would it be if I was a mother? I literally had a role where, I don't know if it's Pindiselo, and I was giving birth.
Oh, wow.
I was so worried that day.
Oh, wow.
I was so worried, and I don't know what happened. You know, there's something about surrendering to this gift that God gave you and trusting that it will take you to that place wherever it needs to be, as truthful as you can be. And I remember getting on the bed. I don't know. My body, it's as if I was feeling pains here. I don't know labor pains. I don't know if it is that. But because also your mind doesn't really know
that you're acting.
Wagwan, you know? So, and I remember I was on the table and I got so emotional. And I was just pushing. And to me, I don't know what I was pushing. But it felt like I was pushing something. I was so tired after. And man, the work we do, it's so sensitive. It's so precious. I feel like it's literally like having a spiritual calling.
Yeah.
You know? And it's very sensitive. It's dangerous as well. So I think just trusting that you can. You can. And it's life, it'll fire. It'll fire. No. You're great. Get over that. You're great. You're great. And I love that about my journey personally.
Yes.
There's been so many roles. I'm like, I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
What role do you think pushed you to be vulnerable?
Oh, from the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, from the beginning.
Okay.
Look, acting saved my life.
Sure.
Acting saved my life. And in the beginning, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but
did I take you there? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So the kind of roles I used to get in the beginning of my career, they had experienced the same thing I did. And there was just something about being able to release. Being able to release in front of people, you know? And at the time, I mean, I was a victim, and being able to release through these characters.
Sure.
Like, I was just getting one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. And there was just a sense of safety that I felt in that. So most of the roles that I've played have been parallel to my life.
Sure.
And that's why I'm also a firm believer that these roles choose you. You don't choose them, you know. And in my 10 years in the industry...
Come on. Sitting with an actor.
And this is my 10th year actually.
Congratulations.
Yes, this is my 10th year. This is my 10th year. Man, there's a huge shift.
Yeah.
And that shift is from the roles choosing me and being parallel to my life, and it's saying, no, now it's time to play. Now it's time to play. And I'm interested to see what happens from there. I mean, one of the roles, Dineo.
Yes.
Dineo was so far from me. I think that's the only character I've played where I was like, okay, this is not me.
And how was that process with a character that is completely...
I think because we had the time, I enjoyed working for that production. Yeah. We literally had a chemistry workshop. I had never experienced that in the industry.
Yes.
And working on the character. So, yeah, she was not me. She was not me. And that is the only one out of all the roles that I've played. So now life is saying it's time to play. Yes. And I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you.
I'm so excited. And I learned so much from you. I learned so much. I love how you always look ready. You always look ready. Give me any role, I am fit for it. And that's why I love Buang so much. It's like it's been coming. It's been coming, and too many more. Too many more. I can't wait to see more.
Can't both be crying on the internet.
Okay. I want to ask, what has been your challenges in the industry?
I think my challenges deeply related to any other artist in the country, but also unique because I'm a young Black woman. I'll scale over this because I don't want to get into the details, but my very first role on Sugar, I had a scathingly sexual harassment incident. And that was the first job that, no physical contact, nothing happened to me. But there were communications that were insinuating that the individual was trying to overstep. And it's interesting because it's systemic and it's at different levels. This sort of being a Black woman and feeling like you're at the bottom of the food chain and you have to protect yourself. Because around that time, I think the hashtag Me Too movement was still quite popular in the US, and it sort of filtered into our industry. I'm not so sure about the timelines. I'm not so sure about, the discourse, but I do remember that, if I'm not mistaken, that's how Swift came about. And I think that there's a lot to fix. And I say that with such a broken heart. Because I honor the work that we all do as creatives from all spheres, actor, DOP, and how we're able as an entertainment industry to produce such beautiful work under the conditions. Sometimes it's just a paradox. Some challenges have been, I don't even want to get into, I think, not getting a role, I don't perceive that as a challenge. Particularly, we've sort of sat in that conversation about the roles will find you.
Yes.
It's just the timing. I think I had my rude awakening during the pandemic because I was getting into my second year of being a professional actor, and then I just waited. And the industry was nothing like what I had thought it would be in terms of consistency of work, in terms of acceleration of career. And I think it's just a pity because the people that I grew up watching, your me Pamela Nombete, me Mutsidisi Muchehwa, the grades, they sort of had this, from the outside at least, a career that just, it went up. But for us, it's like, and what I think currently what I am perceiving as a challenge, while there are more avenues for us to work, streamers, national television, YouTube series, things like that, while it seems like there are many platforms to give off work, it also, I'm finding that the challenge is binge culture is putting a lot of pressure on artists. I, for instance, am spending 6 months working on one project. You binge 30 episodes over a weekend. You come onto my Instagram, love your work, what's next? I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm going to castings. And even then, I have to read the brief. It's a process. And I think I'm walking myself through this now, that perhaps this digitalized space that's fastening everything is working against the organic artistic pace, because it's a process for us. It's organic. It's right time, right place, right character. And the other challenge is the expectation for visibility. That if I'm not seeing Mamarumo on anything, she's not working, she's not being booked. And I think deeply in this country, we associate success of an actor with hypervisibility. And that's a weird currency, because hypervisibility does not necessarily mean quality of work. Hypervisibility does not necessarily mean you're booked and busy. It can mean for that calendar year, all your shows get released in the same time. And I don't know how we can, one, as soulful artists who are human beings at the end of the day, can protect ourselves from what is starting to feel, for me at least, like a very super uber exploitative consumption. We're feeding people who I just want to watch Mamarumo show in like this weekend. You've spent so much time filming, pouring, preparing. And now that binge culture festers a culture of, we want to see you everywhere, because if you're not promoting a show, then you're not working. And some people don't know that because we are artists at heart, being a working artist is more important than being a visible artist. Some of the work that I do is not on screen. And I know some of the work, your other artistic pursuits are outside of acting. I'm very much a lover of academia, and so that's where I channel most of my work. And because you're not seeing me on your screen, it doesn't mean I'm not working. It can for the majority of people in this industry. But I think this is something I've been grappling with, about the binge culture, and we're giving very deep, well-prepared, good work to an audience that just wants to binge. And they're not it's like music. I remember like listening to one album for 6 months, and it feels beautiful all the time. Even musicians are going, I didn't release this album so you can binge it and give me a review in 48 hours. I worked on that for 2 years. That's the challenge, I think. I'm like, how do we protect the artist and the artist process?
And the art itself.
What are some of your challenges?
I totally hear what you're saying, and I agree with everything that you're saying. Hey, but one that's sitting here. Shish. Man.
Scone.
So, I've had a couple of experiences with the older generation in the industry. I think about 3. And that's when I was starting out. And it's been a couple of years already now. But it's when I think about it, I'm just like, why? You know? I remember there was a particular lady I looked up to, woman rather.
Yes.
I looked up to, and she just made my life a living hell on set.
no.
And it was the first time I met her. You know, I think we were doing take 2 and she's like, I have never in my life. Take 2. She didn't want to run. And when we're performing, she's like trying to throw me off.
No.
I'm like, why? I mean, you don't have to spoon feed me. You don't have to be kind to me, but you don't have to be rude to me
yes.
as well. Rather, just don't give me anything, you know. And there was also another one where we had a scene together, and the scene was done. And before the scene, she's like to me, "I'm going to slap you."
Okay.
I'm like, "No, I'm not comfortable with that."
Fair.
She's like, I'm like, nope. I had to go to the director, and I'm like, this woman is saying she's gonna slap me, and we're okay. We used to work like great together, and the scene ended just before they called cut. Yo, she came in kampama.
Oh, bathong.
I'm like,
Bathong me.
What's happening? So there's this. I don't know if I should call it bullying.
Yeah. Call it what it is.
What?
Call it what it
So,
is.
but why are you bullying me? Why are you bullying me? You know, if anything, and the fact that Kimosadi
Yes.
or Nketsang Jwalo, it is so sad and it breaks my heart. You know, and I just feel like it's so unnecessary. It is. I mean, there are also great ones that I've worked with. You know, someone like Tate Tony Khoroge.
Okay.
I really enjoyed working with him, and I'll forever be grateful to him because he had restored that faith in me. That we respect and love so much. Like, I just feel like there's no need to be that person.
Yeah.
So those are the
sorry.
challenges that I've experienced, and unfortunately, that's my truth. And it sucks.
It's something I don't think we can remedy now, but our industry is a very unique one because people come from different backgrounds in terms of training, in terms of skill, and we all then gather on this project. And when you've done your part, you've studied the thing, you know how to, you've got technique, you've got skill, and then someone who wasn't, I guess, in a position like yours, it's just talent, and then there's an etiquette that they don't understand, an artistic language. Like, so we're all coming from different places. And not to justify being bullied by an older woman, but I think the toxicity in there is that sometimes, in some ways, it is manufactured. Because some people get roles on merit and others don't.
No matter, we're here to coexist, guys.
But here's the thing. You go through the process as you should on principle. You get the brief, you audition, you get the role. But what I mean is then other people get the role in whichever ways, and you are coming prepared. You did things the right way. They feel threatened. They need to posture. They need to reclaim their dominance in the room. This is what I'm saying. Like, people come into the room with different motives, with different experiences, and they project these onto you, you know. And if you have come into the room, kapekdo, you know who else came with you and who you found battling handle. This is what I mean. And so that can create a very antagonistic environment. But the industry is also, in some ways, it's shaped to make us compete with each other. But when you accept that the role that Mamarumo received, that I auditioned for, that it was not for me. It was not for me. I've seen so many roles show up on screen that I've auditioned for. And it actually, some people don't realize it's more of a technical thing, artistic thing, than it is a you thing. We have a lot to fix. And I'm hoping that I can contribute to shedding the light towards more woman-centered issues in the industry. I appreciate the work that Swift has started, but there's so much more to do.
There is.
I don't think the structure of the way we work in the industry accommodates being a woman. It doesn't. Whether it's a location shoot, whether it's a studio shoot, sometimes I feel my body responding to the high levels of stress that filming does. There's more that needs to be done in terms of accommodating the woman, as in the woman in her biological state.
Yeah.
What about an off day on my first day of my period? Truly. What about an off day? Or two? That's on paper. That I don't have to work for. And I know it's a layered conversation. It's political. It's the industry sort of. But I think if we have people who make decisions, who can be acquainted with what it means to be a woman, other industries can accommodate maternities. I'm like starting a whole bigger conversation. But science says my body does not work at the same capacity as a man. So yes, we have the same hours, but in some time in the month, I need to sleep for more than what you can. I need to nutrition more than what you can. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know how you want to approach this one, because I am a advocate for not asking artists what's next, but maybe what role are you looking forward to exploring in the near future?
I don't know.
It'll find you?
I know there's certain places I want to go to. I just don't know which role will take me there. And I'm open to it. And I'm excited for, the mystery. It makes it interesting for me. Yeah. And you?
I think I have a similar sentiment. I'm hoping that what I've learned from Outlaws and Buang will position me better for more action-led roles. I like to fight a couple of people on screen.
I'm scared.
I just don't know if we've ever seen a South African woman, aside from Noxolo Dlamini.
Oh, Danica.
Yeah. Finding Jessica Brock. I watched it in the cinema. I had to watch it in the cinema. I even cited as one of the people who actually just inspired me for Buang's role. But putting it out there, I want to do more action roles.
Yes.
I really...
From your lips to God's ears.
Yes. I think we need those kind of images on screen as Black women as well. I think all the action heroines I have in my mind are all global North and white.
Yeah.
We need more Jessica Brocks. We need more Noxolo Dlaminis, who inspire me, by the way.
Yes.
I just... Rambo. But not Rambo. I can know a movie.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you so much. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
I'm excited for your journey. I think it's no coincidence that we started together.
Yes.
And we're here now.
Yes.
I'm seeing parts of me in you and vice versa, I hope. But I'm looking forward to your journey.
Yeah. To the flow.
To the flow.
To the flow.
To the flow.
Yeah.
# to the flow.